our last video, we talked about manners and fun facts relating to China. In this video, we're going to be talking about a country famous for martial arts and beaches. What country are we talking about? Thailand. In fact, we're going to be talking about Thailand for the whole month of January.
Let's get started with an overview of Thailand. Thailand has a population of 69.9 million. The primary language is Thai, and their primary religion is Buddhism. The currency used is baht. Lastly, the leaders are Head of State King Maha and Prime Minister Prayut Chan-o-cha.
Our first current event involves the goal of Prayut Chan-o-cha. Specifically, it involves his and the military's goal to get the Thai population to exercise at least once a week. The exercise would be done during work hours.
This program came about after research within the country found that both young and old generations weren't very active. Even though the voluntary program was made to help the Thai population, there has been mixed reviews.
One person who likes the program is a lady named Miss Natanan. She likes the program because after receiving a promotion at work, she has found herself working a lot of hours of overtime. In turn, she has found herself with little to no time to exercise because of the strenuous hours.
The exercise program is run by a military group that has been in power since 2014. The group controls many aspects of life, including preventing more than 5 people getting together in public. If you wish to learn more about the exercise program and those who are running it, check out our sources.
Sadly, the next current event involves death. Specifically, it involves the death of a driver off the coast of the city of Paeta. The dead driver was found tied to a post in the ocean with his throat cut. According to Bangkok Post, the man's death seemed very suspicious since he was dressed in a wetsuit, flippers, and had 1,500 baht on his person.
The dead man is thought to be 45 through 50 years old and somewhere between 5 feet 6 inches and 5 feet 7 inches. The man is also thought to be Russian. This thought has come after some witnesses claim that they heard the man sometime before his death speaking in Russian.
The city he was found off the coast of is known to have international crime connections, with both the Chinese and Russian mafia being present. Similar, an autopsy found that the cut in the man's throat could have been done by someone else or by the man himself. As of yet, the police have been unable to match the man with missing person reports or identify him in any way.
Unfortunately, the bad news doesn't end there. Instead, it is just beginning. The fishing industry in Thailand has been found to have human rights violations. Many people in the fishing industry in the country are sold and being on the ocean, according to Greenpeace.
Thailand has a $6.5 billion seafood industry when looking solely at exports. This large industry has been found to have human rights violations, work violence, and many broken fishing rules. Such violations have been so severe that Thailand got a warrant from the EU last year that required the country to neaten up its fishing practices or face the likelihood of no longer having its goods imported into the EU.
With there being a small supply of fish in the Gulf of Thailand, many ships fish in nearby areas such as Indonesia. They do so by making fake permits so they won't be inspected. Due to this illegal activity, Indonesia now has a policy that requires boats that are fishing illegally in its waters to be sunk. In response to Indonesia's policy, many boats have moved to fish in Papua New Guinea or near Madagascar.
Words from the survivors of these fishing boats paint a detailed version of life at sea. A fair number of people, before getting on the boats, were told that they would be traveling to a fish processing factory. The factory would give them clothes, food, and at most make them work 8 hours a day. In turn, the men on the boat, who could only get off if they paid back the 30,000 baht the captain used to buy them, were forced to work 20 hours a day, 7 days a week. To learn more about fishing and human rights issues in Thailand, check out our sources.
One of the most heartwarming stories that we've come across is a story about an elephant named Moshe. When she was 7 years old, Moshe stepped on a landmine when walking along the border between Thailand and Myanmar. You may wonder why there are landmines in this area, so I will explain. These landmines are leftovers from rebel fights that have been going on that border.
Even though Moshe stepped on that landmine, she was able to survive. But due to her injury, she lost her leg. That was 10 years ago. But in June of this year, she acquired her 9th prosthetic leg. Because of how long she has needed her prosthetic leg, she's had to have many replacements over the years. She was given her latest leg by the Friends of the Asian Elephant Foundation Hospital, which is a hospital in northern Thailand.
These landmines have injured many other elephants. There's another elephant named Motala who had lost her leg. She lost her leg in 1999 to a landmine in the same border area. Because of this, Motala, who is now 50 years old, was featured in a recent documentary called The Eyes of Thailand. That documentary came out in 2012. In this documentary, Motala can be seen being fitted for her prosthetic leg.
A Thai orthopedist, Dr. Therdchai Jivakait, who assisted in designing prosthetic limbs for elephants, said that these elephants would die if they were not given these artificial legs.
In 2016, when Moshe was fitted with her new leg, he told Routers the way she walked was unbalanced and her spine was going to bend. The way she would have hurt her cartilages badly and eventually stopped walking. And she would have died because of that.
This is a huge problem for Thailand when you think of just how many elephants could come into contact with these landmines. In the wild, there are around 3,000 elephants, and there are about 2,700 elephants who have been domesticated.
These numbers have changed a lot over the years because of changes in the Thai government. Before the 1980s, elephants were a central part of the logging industry in Thailand. They are a huge asset because of how agile they are and how much strength they possess. This all changed in 1989 when the government banned logging in Thai forests.
Because of this new law, all these domesticated elephants were now out of a job and began to roam around Thailand. If you would like to know more about Thai elephants, then I suggest you check our sources.
As much as we love to discuss more current events, we can't do so without going over 5 minutes. If you wish to learn more about current events in Thailand, check out our sources.
If you want to learn more about Thailand in general, I suggest you subscribe to us. Subscribing is free and to notify you when we upload a video. Stick around, you just might learn something.